All right, thank you very much. My name is Engineer Bosede Oyekunle, the National Publicity Secretary of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria. I'll be moderating and coordinating this event together with a team of professionals, Engineer Dr. Yetunde Alade-Itan, FNSC, Engineer Deborah Maywada, MNSC, Engineer Oluchi Mary Jane Okoli, MNSC, and Engineer Dr. Atinuke Ogolabi. Together, we believe that we'll make this event a great and memorable one with your participation. Before we start this event officially, studio, please. I'd like to give us a little bit of safety tips about our environment. We are here at Now University, and we don't envisage any emergency or any drill. We don't envisage any drill. So in case of any emergency, please stay quiet and relax and wait for instructions. There are 2 exit doors to this hall. One by my right and one by my left. They are both in the front. Please use them gracefully. And we have conveniences down this hall and to this side of this hall. You can call the ushers. They would give you instruction on which of the conveniences you can use. In case we are to converge outside, to muster outside, in case this room becomes a dangerous point for us, the muster point for this environment is right between the 2 halls. Please, you use the staircase closer to you and exit downstairs. Then you walk down to when you walk out, you walk down to your right, and then the muster point is in between this building and the next building. Once again, I'd like to acknowledge and recognize everyone here, and would have the entourage of the president and the chairman of the occasion as they come in. I'd like to recognize all past presidents of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria that are here. I'll start with Engineer Nkechi Nyere Isigwe, FNSC, second president, who is here. Would appreciate you, ma. Engineer Ini Usoro, FNSC, the 11th president. Thank you for being here. Engineer Ini Usoro, FNSC, we appreciate you. Engineer Unoli Akpedeye, FNSC, the 13th president, we recognize and appreciate you. Engineer Awal Sadiq, FNSC, the 14th president, we recognize and appreciate you. Engineer Dr. Felicia Unaina Agubata, FNSC, the 15th president, we appreciate you. Would also like to appreciate our host. He was sitting here a few minutes ago, but I know he is here with us, and that's Professor Osman Wuri Aras, the Vice Chancellor of Now University of Nigeria. We appreciate you. I'd like to recognize our Vice President. I know she was here. Engineer Aishat Ali Umar, FNSC, Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Sauraniya Ong, Adamawa State. I hope I called that right. I'd like to recognize the presence of Engineer Dr. Agava Rashid, Director of Engineering, representing the EVC and CEO of Naseni, Engineer Professor MS Aruna. Thank you for being here with us. Engineer Akiteye, a past Vice President of Nigerian Society of Engineers, we recognize you, sir. Engineer Akiteye, FNSC, thank you for being here. We have our founding member here who surprised every one of us at the program we had yesterday, the walk around Abuja for 7 kilometers and over 1 hour. Engineer Mayan Adetiba, FNSC, FAENG. One of the 6 women that founded APWEN 38 years ago. I'd like to welcome my president, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, FNSC, the President of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, as she comes in with the presidential entourage that comprises of the Vice President, please, the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Aishat Aliu Umar, FNSC, the current President, Engineer Ali Masuya A. Rabiu, FNSC, recognize you and appreciate you. Thank you, sir. You will come and sit down. Please permit me to bring up stage the keynote speaker for this event, Ogoho Omame Dixon, the Executive Director, Baker Hughes, Sub-Sahara Africa. Please, ushers. All right, please, we have one of our distinguished guests of honor, His Excellency, the Governor of Kebbi State, is coming here with his entourage, Senator Abubakar A. Bagudu. You're welcome, sir. Is the Chairman, Progressive Governors Forum and Vice Chairman, National Food Security Council. You're welcome, sir. Get where she should speak. Sit. The Vice Chancellor of Nile University, our generous and ally of women, our host, thank you very much for hosting us and giving us a conducive environment. You were recognized as absential. Professor Osman Wuri Aras, thank you very much. With the approval of my president, we'll start this. Okay. Okay. I would like to bring our ways around the representative of the Borno State Governor, Engineer Honorable Abdullahi Askira, FNSC, the Deputy Speaker, House of Assembly, representing Askira, Borno State, and representing the Governor of Borno State. Please, can you bring him up stage? Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize Major General G.A.T. Oshigbano, representing the Chief of Defense Staff, General Leo Irabo. I hope I called that name. If not, apologies. We recognize you, sir. Once again, you're welcome to the 2021 International Conference and Annual General Meeting of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria. And this is the opening ceremony of this event. Theme: Women Engineers Driving Digital Transformation in Nigeria. The Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria is an association that started in 1982 and was instituted in 1983. That's over 38 years ago, with the vision to be the catalyst for advancement of women in the engineering profession towards national and global technological development, with the mission to continuously increase awareness that engineering is a career for girls also, thereby improving the numerical strength of female engineers, to encourage women to achieve professional excellence as engineers and leaders, to promote the engineering profession as a positive force in enhancing the quality of life. These women who are beautiful, brilliant, and bold do together as a non-governmental organization to move Nigeria forward. Once again, you're welcome to this event, and I believe that we would have a memorable one. The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammad Buhari, GCFR. The Chief Host, Honorable Minister, Federal Capital Territory, His Excellency Muhammad Musa Bello. Distinguished Guest of Honor, Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Chairman, Progressive Governor Forum, and Vice Chairman, National Food Security Council, His Excellency Senator Abubakar A. Bagudu. The Executive Governor, Borno State, His Excellency Engineer Professor Bagana Umar Zulum, FNSC MNI, who is ably represented here by Engineer Honorable Abdullahi Askira, FNSC, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly representing Askira. The Chairman of Occasion in absentia, the President and Chairman in Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Babagana, FNSC. The distinguished guest speaker, the President of Council of Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, Engineer Ali Masuya A. Rabiu, FNSC. The host of this event, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, FNSC, the President of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria. Distinguished guest, the Group Managing Director of NMPC, Mele Kolo-Kiyari. Our keynote speaker for this event, the Executive Director of Baker Hughes Sub-Sahara Africa, Ohoho, Omame Dixon. The Chairman, Conference Planning Committee, Vice President, Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, Engineer Dr. Elizabeth Etherigu, FNSC. The 6 founding members of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, and we have here 2 of them, Engineer Nkechiyere Isigwe, FNSC. Please, can you stand up for recognition, ma'am? One of the 6 women that founded APWEN over 38 years ago. We also have here Engineer Mayan Adetiba, FNSC, FANG, one of the 6 women that founded APWEN 38 years ago. Past presidents of our great association, both absent and present, I would like to recognize those that are present here. I can see Engineer Ine Usoro, FNSC. Please stand up for recognition. The 11th president. Engineer Awal Sadiq, FNSA, the 14th President. Sometimes face masks would not allow you to identify. I know that's one of my past president that entered. Yes, Engineer Wakaigo Ojuku. You're welcome, ma'am. That's the 10th president. And the 15th president, Engineer Dr. Felicia Nena Agubata, already standing. Thank you very much, ma'am. The National Executive members of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, elders, fellows of APWEN and Nigerian Society of Engineers, chapter chairman of APWEN, branch and divisional chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers, members of APWEN, young engineers in colleges, friends and invited guests, ladies and gentlemen of the press, you are welcome. My apologies, please. Engineer Beatrice Oduniyi, FNSC. I learned she's around. My apologies, please. She's also one of the 6 founding members of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria 38 years ago. My apologies, please. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'd like to recognize Engineer Yetunde Oluwe, FNSA, the Chairwoman in Engineering, World Federation of Engineering Organization, and Vice Chairman. You're welcome. I'd like to recognize Engineer Margaret Oguntala, FNSC, a 3-time Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and Council Member of Foreign. You're welcome. I'd like to recognize Phil Aneke, Director of Digital and Technology, Nigerian Bureaus PLC, one of our speakers. You're welcome. I'd like to recognize Engineer Felix Atume, FNSC MNI Vice President, North Central of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. You're welcome, sir. Oh, my apologies, sir, my Vice President. Thank you very much. The face mask did not allow me to see you very well. Yeah, thank you very much. You're welcome, sir. With the protocol established, during the course of the program, we'll recognize everyone here. You are all distinguished guests and special dignitaries. We'll recognize you more as we go along in the program. We'll start with the national anthem. We have the agenda for this program on page. If you're with the program of events, we have the agenda on page 16. Studio, please, can you give us the first standard of the national anthem while we'll recite the second standard as the opening prayer? Thank you. of creation, direct her noble course, guide her lead us through. Thank you very much. You can all be seated. I'm aware that our past presidents are online. Please, I would appreciate if the publicity and programs team gets their names for me so that I can recognize them. I know the 8th president, Engineer Dr. Patricia Okpene Ojili, FNSC. She's currently online joining this event via Zoom. We recognize and acknowledge you, ma'am. Once again, the theme for this event is Women Engineers Driving Digital Transformation in Nigeria. You would wonder why this theme. This theme is meant to, as a call for industries and professionals in the industries to look for ways and avenues of ensuring that technology does not stay crude the way it is, but it consistently undergoes innovation, creativity, via digital networks and via digital technology in achieving the development that we desire in Nigeria and globally. During this conference, we will learn how organizations adapt business processes to make the best use of their technological investments from experts in the field, starting from the panel session taking place right after the opening ceremony. I would like to encourage us to stay tuned. Every aspect of this program will be educational, will be interesting, and informational for us to transform Nigeria into the nation we all desire and deserve. I'd like to encourage us to stay quiet as much as possible so we can listen attentively and benefit from dignitaries and professionals that are here to share the wealth of knowledge with us and for us to rub minds together. Once again, I would also like to admonish us to please enjoy the rich network of professionals that are here. We have every industry you can think of globally seated here, representing each of the departments that can make Nigeria a better place. Can we give ourselves a round of applause? On that note, permits me to welcome the President of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, as she gives us a welcome address. President.
The President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Babagana Mohammed, FNSC, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, His Excellency Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, the Executive Governor of Borno State, His Excellency Engineer Babagana Umara Zulum, FNSC, MNI, ably represented, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Leo Irabo, ably represented by the Director of Engineering at the Defense Headquarters, General Gabriel Ochigbono. The Vice Chancellor of Now University, Professor Usman Nuri Aras. The 6 founding members of APWEN, our great association, Engineer Maye Mudupe Oladetiba, FNSC, FANG. Engineer Nwakego Monica Ojuku, FNSC. Engineer Nkechi Yeri Sigwe, FNSC. Engineer Beatrice Oduni, FNSC. Past presidents of APWEN here present. The Vice President of NSC, Engineer Aisha Aliyu Umar, FNSC. Our special guests of honor, the Managing Director of the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting, Mr. Abbas Umar Masanawa, the Managing Director of Siemens Energy, Mr. Shane Suleiman, the Head of Digital and Technology at the Nigerian Breweries, Phil Aneke, our guest speaker, Mrs. Dixon, distinguished members of the Executive Committee of APWEN, all members of APWEN and NSC here present, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. With gratitude and a deep sense of humility, I welcome you all to the 2021 International Conference of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, APWEN. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm so sorry here. My president, sir, the president for the Council for the Regulation of Engineering, Engineer Ali Masuya Rabiu. I apologize. With gratitude and a deep sense of humility, I welcome you all to the 2021 International Conference of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, APWEN, on arguably the largest gathering of Nigerian female engineers. The theme for this year's conference is Women Engineers Driving Digital Transformation in Nigeria. And we'll be looking at how organizations adapt business and processes to make the best of their technology investments. Experts in the field have been invited to speak at a panel session taking place right after this opening ceremony. It promises to be an enlightening session. Also, there is an exhibition arena in the next block, and I'll be leading our invited guests around the stands just before the panel session. APWEN
I
is
was supposed to
primarily
attend there, but because of our meeting,
open to all
I just
female
don't.
engineers in Nigeria
They were happy for
who,
Your name
by
and
their
email.
engineering
Hey
qualification,
now, no
are
passcode.
registrable by the
Just
Nigerian
your first
Society.
name, second name, and your email. That's all.
However, in its 38 years of existence, APWEN has evolved into an educational and service
Password.
organization on a mission to increase the number of women that are practicing
I just use
engineering.
this thing directly.
And this is to effectively
link that
fulfill
she
the
sent.
engineering, to
Open
fulfill
your
our
phone
vision
and open
of
the
being
link.
the catalyst for the
it's in
advancement of
my
women
phone, but
in the engineering
I don't have
profession
it.
towards national and global technological development.
Don't-
Over the years, we have developed outreach programs to accomplish our mission of increasing the numerical
If I
strength
offer, I will start all
of
over.
female engineers.
If I offer it, I will
These
start all over.
programs have mainly been to inspire girls to take up the sciences
It's still on.
with the view to pursuing a career in engineering. However, since January
I'm
2020,
still hearing her.
we have become intentional in getting girls who study engineering to practice the profession.
Hmm?
We introduced an outreach
This
program
woman,
that we
she's
called
blessed, but
Town
my
and
pain
Gown
is up to now. She doesn't
for
have
young
it.
engineers from
My
penultimate
people
graduation
say,
year up to 3 years post-graduation.
woman, they get everything
The
finished.
aim
They
of the
must just
program
one.
is to build their
But that's not
capacity
godly.
and
Not
help them
godly talking.
develop employability skills or
And she looks
entrepreneurial
like her
skills
late
or
father.
both.
The woman.
The idea is we
Mm-mm.
want to provide them with skills
The
that
picture
bridge
of
the
the
gap
father is when he died, she showed
between
it.
their university
And she also looks
education,
like her mother. So me, I don't even
representing the
know.
gown, and the industry where they will practice, representing the town.
Hmm?
Hence the name Town and Gown. We help this group of
Uh,
young
maybe
engineers,
Madam
both
Open,
Dele.
please
aspiring
stay mute.
and young
Everybody's
professionals.
hearing
We
you.
help them to develop employability skills by inviting employers of engineers, especially multinationals, as mentor partners to interact with and mentor them. Some of those that we have invited as mentor partners are here, like Siemens Energy, like Guinness, Nigerian Breweries. They are here in this conference, and Baker Hughes, who have been our mentor partners for these young engineers in the past. And our objective is to create a pool of ready now female engineers for the industry, and also provide an excellent ground for organizations to recruit young, bright female engineer talents. We have had 5 editions of the Town and Gown since 2020 when we started, targeting participants from each of the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. We are going to be having the 6th edition in the course of this conference that is representing the southeast zone of Nigeria. The Town and Gown effort is yielding fruits. Organizations approach APWEN to recruit female engineers, forward-looking organizations who are in tune with the global trend of diversity and inclusion, and they are deliberately seeking to increase the female-male ratio in engineering jobs. In the last 3 months alone, a total of 8 young female engineers have been employed by our mentor partners. Another 25, actually that number should be 80, because after I wrote my speech, I contacted the people that requested for them, and he told me it was 80. They are presently undergoing internship with a UK-based organization who contacted APWEN for female engineers. These will be employed after a 6-month internship. Indeed, this is the best time in all of history to be a female engineer. The APWEN Town and Gown is sponsored by Wally Foundation, the CSR initiative of Wally Energy Chemicals and Resources in Australia. And the APWEN Town and Gown could not have come or been introduced at a better time. That is because in 2018, APWEN started a program for primary school girls called Invent It, Build It. This program selects girls with engineering aptitude through STEM competitions and incentivizes them to study engineering by awarding them scholarships from primary to university. 8 editions of the Invent It, Build It program have been held since 2018, with almost 500 girls from all 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria presently enjoying scholarships sponsored by various organizations and individuals. 81 of those girls are being sponsored by the NNPC, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. Another 90 of those girls are being sponsored by the Executive Governor of Borno State, His Excellency, Engineer Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, FNSC MNI. Another 300 are being sponsored by the Honorable Member of the House of Representatives, Dr. Zainab Gimba, representing Mbama, Gala, and Kalabagi federal constituencies of Borno State. just last week, another 10 got sponsorship by the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company. So APWEN, through the Invent It, Build It program, has created a revolution of girls that will take up engineering as a career. This is in addition to girls that get inspired to study engineering through our other outreach programs for secondary school girls, like our Technical Bootcamp for Girls, our She Engineer program, Introduce a Girl to Engineering, and the Take a Girl to Work program. With the APWEN Turn and Gun in place, we are rest assured that majority of these girls who eventually study engineering will practice the profession, and our mission of increasing the number of practicing female engineers will remain on course. Apart from the Turn and Gun, we also have the Invent It, Innovate Challenge, introduced in 2019 for engineering undergraduates, in which they are expected to work in teams and come up with engineering solutions to a societal problem. The topic for this year's competition is the Energy and Power Challenge. It's a competition with prize money attached, and it is hoped that exercises of this nature will encourage them to practice the profession when they graduate. Another outreach program that APWEN introduced earlier this year is the Tools and Tiara program to develop women in male-dominated trades like welding, carpentry, plumbing, masonry, and others. Our target beneficiaries for this category are national diploma and secondary or technical school certificate holders. Like, we recently received a request from one of our partners who is hunting for a logistics company who wants female forklift operators. And we are working to fulfill that request. Various APWEN chapters in different states of Nigeria are also reaching out to ladies in male-dominated trades to mentor them and help them to return to school and become engineers if they so desire, all as part of our Tools and Tiara initiative. For example, in Ilorin, Kwara State, we have a motorcycle mechanic, Tony Atoyebi, whose education is being sponsored by the Ilorin chapter of APWEN. Is the chairman of Ilorin here? Chairman of Ilorin chapter, are you here? Okay, thank you. In Benin, Edo State, we recently found a lady vulcanizer named Becky Osage. And the APWEN Benin chapter has visited her, and we mentor her. APWEN Benin chapter chair, can you stand with your mentee? We invited Becky to be here today. That is Becky right there on the screen.
Female vulcanizer for Benin, Edo State.
And Becky is in the house today. Where are you? So we have, we visited her. So we visited Becky, and the APWEN Benin chapter is actually taking charge. I don't have all the photos, but when they visited her, they gave her the PPE, and she was fully dressed in her blue overall and steel-toe shoes. And they have also enrolled her in, because she said she couldn't read and write, so they've enrolled her in a school so that she can learn to read and write. Please go and sit down. Thank you. So those are the interventions that we are making as an association to help women in male-dominated trades to practice what they have learned and also improve their lives. If they are able to go to school, we help them to go to school. Human capacity development. In April 2020, we launched the APWEN e-learning platform, which enabled us to provide more resources and reach a much larger audience with capacity building workshops and webinars. The platform gained instant traction, providing education to our circle of engineering professionals and to the general public. We had access to hundreds of highly trained professionals from across the world who are acclaimed experts in their domain, including professors from Harvard University and Manchester Metropolitan University in the United Kingdom. We've been able to reach and share targeted self-development content with thousands of women and men. Presently, the APWEN e-learning platform is a simple virtual meeting platform. And we are working to transform that into a platform for massive online open courses, MOOC. The platform has been designed and the app is hosted on Google Play Store now. If you go to Google Play Store, look for APWEN X. APWEN X. That's our massive online open courses. Presently we are signing agreements with instructors so that they can add their courses on the platform. And we will launch it anytime soon. Once the courses have been put in, we are going to launch the platform. Also in the year 2020, as part of our She Engineer program for secondary school girls, APWEN partnered with the University of West of Scotland to train 200 science teachers in all 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria in STEM teaching techniques. We realized that the teaching of STEM subjects plays a major role in girls choosing to take STEM subjects or not. In other words, poor delivery of STEM subjects could prevent a girl with engineering aptitude from studying engineering, and we want to guard against that, if truly we are to increase the number of practicing female engineers. I'm actually an example of such a person. I wouldn't have studied engineering today if they had not changed my math teacher in my class 3. I tell you, because my math was very poor, my class 1 and my class 2, because our teacher was white, is a white woman, a Philippine, and I just couldn't understand what she was saying. The accent didn't sound like my mother's accent, so it was just difficult. But in Form 3, when they brought a Nigerian teacher, I picked up very fast, and I just went to 80s and 90s. I said, I didn't know this was so simple. So we want to guard against such a thing by helping teachers to learn how to teach these subjects so that we can have more girls studying engineering. The She Engineer program is sponsored by the Royal Academy of Engineering in the United Kingdom. Harvard University Award, a validation of our work. APWEN's work was presented for an award at Harvard University, and on the 27th May 2021, our work won the Derek Buck Public Service Prize at the Harvard University commencement ceremony. It is indeed a validation of the work we do, and we are extremely proud of this achievement. Advocacy for advancement into board positions. We seize opportunity whenever we can to advocate for gender diversity in the boards of companies and parastatals. We visit decision makers, including lawmakers, to press our demands. These efforts are also yielding fruits. Just last week, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, approve the appointment of 10 APWEN members. To the boards of various institutes of the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI. We are greatly encouraged by this and say a big thank you to His Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, for his approval, and to the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Babagana Mohammed, FNSC, for making these proposals. It has been an interesting journey leading this noble association, a journey made even more interesting by the lockdowns occasioned by COVID-19 pandemic, because our creativity was unleashed and we are better off for it. But for the COVID-19 lockdowns, we will not be having a hybrid event today with delegates and guests connecting from every part of the globe. Indeed, every problem has in it the seeds of its own solution. Once again, I welcome you heartily to this great event. Please relax and enjoy every bit of the ceremony as it unfolds. God bless the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria. God bless the Nigerian Society of Engineers. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause to the President of the Association of Professional Women Engineers in Nigeria, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, FNSC. While delivering her welcome address, the chairman of this occasion came in with a very high-level entourage. The President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the chairman of this occasion, Engineer Babagana Mohammed, FNSC, is here with his amiable wife, who automatically is an APWEN member. My President, do you give us that approval? She's the lead of engineeress, that's the lead of all the spouses, but today we are giving Hajia engineer because she's with the engineers, the female engineers. Thank you very much, ma'am. And the entourage, like I said, is also, there is also one of us who is also in that entourage of high-level personnel. Engineer Mrs. Abiba Babagana Zulu, MNSC, the wife of the Executive Governor of Borno State. She's not just the First Lady, she is a female engineer. You're welcome, we recognize you. Thank you very much. I would also like to recognize an ambassador, the brand of APWEN, for the advocacy of more female engineers and girl child in engineering. The MDC of Nigerian Security Printing and Minting PLC, Alhaji Abbas Umar Masanawa. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. In case you don't know, he makes money. If you want money here, you have money around here. He's not just the MDC, he's also the boss of the president of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria. It is when you're doing very well that your boss would associate with you. Do you all agree with me? That means our president is doing very well. Can we applaud her? And not just that. It is when you enjoy your boss that you showcase him to the world. Can we also applaud the very good boss, who is a great ally of female engineers? We also have, while the president was delivering her speech, the vice president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Felix Adeniran Ibisoye Kilomodemo. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. You actually ought to be on this high stage because we have, but please, you know you are the KLM for the women, so stay with the women and connect. Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize, please, I know we have a lot of people online. I'll appreciate if I get their names for us to recognize them. I'd like to recognize Engineer Esther Guada. I hope I called that right. Gwanda. Thank you very much, my president. The former Federal PAM Secretary. You're welcome, ma. We recognize you. Can you please stand up for recognition, ma? We recognize you. Thank you very much for joining us. I'd like also to recognize online one of the 6 founding members of this great association over 38 years ago, Engineer Fumi Layo Kadri, FNSC. We appreciate you. I'd also like to recognize, she walked in quietly, Engineer Idiat Amusu, 4th president of this great association and the first female agric engineering in Nigeria. If you have not seen any, this is an icon that you need to identify with today. All right, we'll progress with this event. The chairman of the occasion is here. I would like to quickly bring him up stage if he's ready for us for his opening remark.
Thank you very much. Before I start, let me give a very small story. You know, when you have a governor teacher, they are always that kind of solidarity. Bagudu is a teacher. Zulum is a teacher. So if Bagudu knew Zulum will be here, Bagudu will run and come. But if you follow Bagudu to come, he will not come. Because he knows a teacher is coming. Bagudu is here. That is one. Bagudu is a teacher, but busy doing engineering. He's too much into engineering. He's doing everything in KB about engineering. That's why Bagudu is here. Agree? Thank you very much. Bagudu is here because he's trying to be an engineer. He's not an engineer first. Let's mark it. He's not an engineer. But every work he's doing in KB is engineering work. He is now leading in the production of rice. I hope you are aware. Ordinarily, we are supposed to lead, but Bagudu is now coming into our field. Do we want him or we accept him? We accept him, Abi. Bagudu, you are accepted. So we keep on moving Bagudu from one seat to the other. We knew he's a governor. But because he's trying to be one of us, we move him from the first seat to the second seat he moved, to the third seat, and now he's the 4th seat. And if I find it worth, I'll move him to the last seat again. And he will keep quiet and sit down there because he wants to be an engineer. Thank you very much. Let me align myself with the well-established protocols because of time. But it's my pleasure and honor to be here today as chairman of this occasion. I was not late because anytime I come, that is the starting time. Correct? So if you come here at 8 o'clock and you are waiting for me for 11 o'clock, 8 o'clock, that is your 8 o'clock. It doesn't matter you came here 7 o'clock. No. My arrival is your starting point, correct? That's why I'm the president. Thank you very much. I must affirm that this occasion, that since the creation of APWEN, almost 4 decades ago, at the division of Nigeria State Engineers, the successful leadership of that association have produced and will continue to produce very good people to lead the affairs of this association. I confirm today that APWEN has done NSC proud. And indeed, the body of engineering in Nigeria, we are all proud of APWEN by the quality of programs you reel out. Let me quickly inform you that the theme of this conference, Women Engineers Driving Digital Transformation in Nigeria, is very apt and appropriate. It can never come at any better time than now. It's equally very, and it's also very instructive. Women engineers have played vital roles in Nigerian digital space for many years. The story of Omatek. Can anybody picture Omatek? Seriki? I hope you knew that very well. So if you are taking of digital space now, may her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. A 1 minute silence, please. Let's stand up for her. May God bless her soul. Thank you very much. Please be seated. There are many other contributing their quotas in both public and private sectors. From the practical examples of APWEN that have shown their ability to influence corporate policies for growth and development of our society. I am using this opportunity, therefore, to call on government to consider increased representation of women engineers at all levels of decision-making and implementation levels in the science, technology, and engineering sector in all level establishment across Nigeria. Last week, you saw it was trending. It was a deliberate policy. We said in every sitting where we'll have 3 men, 2 men will bring in 1 woman to make it 3. This is done just to bring up the women folk. You are not lesser than anybody. Take that. You are not lesser than anybody. Yes. Because it's a male-dominated environment, and that does not also make you equal to us, right? Thank you very much. Because it's a two-way switch. In as much as we are not claiming too much right, please don't equal yourself to us also. Because we are the husbands, right? My wife, if I go home, please, don't cause wahala. I am only saying it here because I'm the president. When I get back home, she is the president. Thank you very much. And so is Bagudu also. He is the chairman and governor here. But when he goes back home, Bagudu is the deputy governor in the house. Approve? So thank you very much. So, distinguished colleagues, I want to use this opportunity to remind us that the National Engineering Conference exhibition and the annual general meeting of Nigeria Engineers is around the corner. As you are all aware, it's council decision, not Babagana Mohammed decision, that the conference is going to be in Abuja. And it's going to be from no longer 22nd because we could not get ICC. It's now going to be from 6 to 9 December in the ICC. Please register now. Let's see all of you. I want to see all your beautiful faces. And I also want to remind you, that will be my last conference as president of NSC. We came a very long way. We appreciate all of you. We knew where we started. It could not have been better without you. You are the moving forces behind. You made it possible, and we appreciate you. In conclusion, I want to congratulate APWEN. I knew the chairman is going out with me, the president. You are signing out with me together, right? 31st December, right? Thank you very much. So this is our farewell message to everybody. I came here deliberately with my wife because I will not bring her again. And she took most of my time. You know women. And I am happy. I am very happy. You know because why? If I now put a quiz across now, among the men, all of them will fail. 1, men, among you, all of you, who knows mascaras? If you know mascaras, raise your hand. Only me. I have won. Who is the other person? The governor. Thank you, sir. So Bagudu knows mascaras too. Yeah, Bagudu is a challenge now. Who knows foundation, SPH? I have to say Bagudu now. It's only me. You see? Who again is raising hand? Ah, this one I know him, Temitope. He knows mascaras, he knows foundation. You see? That's the difference. So we are compliant. We are very, very compliant. And I think Zulum also knows mascaras because I was talking with him. He knows mascaras and he knows foundation SPH. So, Habiba, you have done very well. So we appreciate all of you for coming and for listening. God bless all of you. Thank you and God bless you.
Can we give my president another resounding applause? For you to know mascara and no foundation with the specification, you know we are engineers. It's not all foundations is applicable. If you are fair and you apply the dark foundation, you know you have missed your specification. So as an engineer, for our president to know the specification, you should know that he pays attention to details. Thank you very much. While the president was speaking, dailies was shared around. We have one of our partners, the Guardian newspaper, who are partnering with us throughout this conference. And one of the things they will be providing will be the daily newspaper for us, which would also have a conference information showcased in it. Please avail yourself and enrich yourself of the content of the newspaper. Once again, thank you very much, our President, Chairman in Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Babagana Muhammad FNSC. I have a joker today, but I'm not going to release it. It's only members of the NSCVI branch that knows it, but it's a joker that I'm not going to release, so that we won't be chasing after him. But for some of us that calls him Baba, we know that that joker is meant for us. Thank you very much for availing yourself to all the over 80 chapters of the Nigerian Society of Engineers as a father to all, a detribalistic father. Can we please applaud my president once again? I'd like to recognize, she quietly walked in, and she's been here before we started this program. One of our presidents, Engineer Valerie Ifueko Agbiragba, FNSC, the ninth president of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, a three-time vice president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. We appreciate you and welcome you. And she's also my sister. If you know that, bring dollar to come and see her with me. Yes, when I say bring dollar, I know what I'm saying. I introduced and recognized the representative of the Chief of Defense Staff. I'd like to let us know that he's not only here representing the security section of this nation as we think, he's also part of us as the Director of Engineering Services at the Defense Headquarters. My Chief, sir, please, can I ask you for you to stand up for recognition? I know I can't give you instruction, but today, as the woman behind the mic, so that we can recognize and appreciate the life of women engineers. Thank you very much. I'd also like to recognize, I know, the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. In case you're wondering why we have them here, APWEN is a division, a very special division of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. We have Engineer Yakubu Ali Garba, FNSC, the Vice President of our Honorable Society. Thank you very much. We recognize you. I recognize Ajia as the #1 spouse of all the engineering forum. I'd also like to recognize all the spouses that are here. Be you engineer or engineeress, can you please stand up for recognition? Thank you very much. In case you are wondering, the engineer are the male, the men married to female engineers, while the engineers are the women married to engineers. Thank you very much. I'd like to call on Engineer Dr. Adebisi Osim, FNSC, as she comes up stage to give the citation or the keynote speaker of today's event. The keynote speaker for today's event is Ohoho, Omame, Ohoho.
My president, the chairman of occasion, okay. It's all right. Okay. My president of APWEN, the chairman of occasion, the president of NSC, my past president of APWEN, the founding members of APWEN, the governors in our midst, fellows, executive members on the high tables. Thank you. Fellow executive members on the high table, fellow of our society, fellow engineers, the member of the press, good morning. It is a privilege to read the citations of the keynote speaker this morning. The keynote speaker, Ogogo Omame Dixon, the managing director of Baker Hughes Ghana and executive director, OFC Drilling Services and especially in Shell, which resulted to an increase in contract for the company. In 2000 to 2007, OG took up the role of measurements, lodging, well drilling engineer and became Baker's Hughes Nigerian first female director, directional driller, working in various critical projects and in various deep water projects in various countries. Providing measurements and formation plan, orientations of drilling assembles and tools via real-time measurement of tool face. Responsible for performing proximity checks and directional survey calculations. Spent a year in 2007 to 2008 as senior drilling engineer for Baker's Hughes. Handling complex directional and horizontal well, mentoring, orienting, training and planner and the drilling engineers, crafting of case history, cost analysis for well drill, carrying out drilling engineering software installation, providing technical support to the rig and office-based engineers in the district. She was also the advisor on well bore positioning, ensuring waiver assigned as need to decide if a well is drillable or not, and providing technical support for directional drillers. To further show our commitment to take up challenges, interest in sales and commercial, OG accepted the role as Shell Petroleum Development Company accounts manager for Baker Hughes in 2008 to 2000. to take up the roles as the Europe Regional Product Line Manager for drilling services. Thank you. And drill overseeing 27 European countries for 1.5 years. She was the first female, youngest employee to take up such a role in Europe. Continuously driving in regional and country strategy for sustainable growth and profit, ensuring customer satisfaction and building of key relationship and extraction, ensuring operational excellence on all projects, immediate implementations of corrective actions, developing of local content strategy, managing industrial affairs, interfacing with local authority and government agencies in our country rule, while being instrumental in driving talent, growth, and gender diversity in the business. OG Dixon is married with 2 wonderful children and currently based in Accra, Ghana. At her leisure, she enjoys cooking, playing mathematics puzzle, and dancing. Welcome, the keynote speaker.
Thank you very much. To put our keynote speaker, let me call you OG, as she has done, because she's been a long time friend of yours. To put her on the speed and platform that will make her give us what she intends delivering, she is from Baker Hughes, not Baker Hughes, please. I hope that is fine. Thank you very much.
Standing on all existing protocol, the chairperson, distinguished ladies and gentlemen present, I am acknowledged, and or rather I acknowledge how honored I am to stand before you today. I congratulate the leadership of APWEN for putting this conference together. Thank you, APWEN. And yes, the correct pronunciation of my company, that is an American company, is Baker Hughes, and we're in over 90 countries globally, and we have over 60,000 employees. Digital technology plays a large role in our day-to-day lives and addresses challenges facing Nigeria in general. Sectors such as finance, health, education, agriculture, energy, and the government are quickly embracing technology for dissemination of information, enhancement of service delivery, and to reach their customers more effectively and efficiently. This is where it becomes clear that enabling digital environments is needed to develop individuals, especially women, within these sectors. At the 1995 United Nations Beijing Conference, there was a delegation on the eradication of poverty based on sustained economic growth, social development, environmental protection, and social justice. This required an involvement of women in economic and social development, equal opportunities, and equal participation of women and men as agents and beneficiaries of people-centered sustainable development. It was expressed determination to ensure through international cooperation, women's equal access to economic resources, science, and technology, vocational training, held in Rio de Janeiro in June 2012, was the agreement of member states, which includes Nigeria, to launch a process for developing a set of sustainable development goals, SDGs. Goal 5 of the SDGs refers to gender equality and empowerment of women and involves the use of enabling technologies, in particular ICTs or digital technology. According to the United Nations, in 2035, 1/3 of the global workforce will be in Africa. Inasmuch as the 21st century is characterized by information and technology, Africa boasts very little global digital technology giants. Therefore, organizations like the Association of the Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria exist to redefine the status quo. Currently, the population of Nigeria is a little bit over 200 million. Out of this, 49.4% are females. Inasmuch as men pretend to control the world, women are truly those who influence societal change. The progress of every society is pivoted on the dominant ideologies of the women. Therefore, the Ghanaian scholar, Dr. Kweye Agre said, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a whole family, nation. This is because a child's first point of learning is the mother. A great woman, Ore Oluwalesi, has proven beyond all reasonable doubt that women, when equipped with the right digital knowledge, can transform the Nigerian digital market. Although her organization, Women's Technology Empowerment Center, was started in 2008, she has impacted about 10,000 women's lives with digital technology. Question: who was the first Nigerian to be certified as a Google developer expert in Android? It is a name of a man that rings a bell. If yes, I'm sorry to disappoint you. That expert is a woman. Have you taken any drug or medicine in the past few days? How did you check the drug you took was authentic? This is where Moyioluwa Adeyemi comes with the efficacy app. This app was designed to detect counterfeit drugs in Nigeria. Do you know the app called Molebi, meaning family? This app was created. Okay. So I didn't pronounce the name right. Pardon me. Okay. This app was created in November 2013 with the intent to connect families. The application allows you to add your family members from all social networks and then create a family tree. That is a woman's brain at work, social transformation. Just do it. It is a brave new world where you can be judged based on the work you do. Those were the words of the Golden Brain after she was awarded the Jack Ma African Business Hero Award, Temi Giwa Tubusin, with the Life Bank project, won $250,000, the Ultimate African Netpreneurs Award for developing artificial intelligence and smart logistics, as well as mobile and web tech for solving health problems. Whoever thought that the country director of Andela in Nigeria would ever be a female? Andela invests in Africa's most talented software engineers. the digital technology in the digital tech industry in Nigeria and in Africa. In 2020, World Economic Forum stated that Nigeria is already Africa's largest technology market by internet users and mobile subscriptions. This means that the market is already hot for women in digital technologies in Nigeria. Today, Lagos is fast becoming a tech hub with more than 400 startups valued at a total of more than $2 billion. So I ask, how can you demystify digital technology to help women tap into the lucrative and transformative sector? We can do that by considering the following. Increase women's participation in research in developing technology. According to a literature by Mos Rasmussen and others, the current imbalance in research and innovation is driven by both implicit and explicit bias that leaves the tech field with a lower quality human capital stock that would exist absent such discrimination. Provision of some tax incentives and additional financing by the government of Nigeria can be given not only to individual female or male innovators, but to also institutions that encourage women's research and innovation. The government could create a women's venture top-up fund, which could provide additional finance up to a portion of a given investment, round up for women-led firms, attracting private venture capital on the same terms as private capital invested. Explore the possibility of organizing global networks, convening women working in digital technology space to support and mentor young girls in Nigeria. Moreover, we can prioritize sector-specific networks, such as energy sector, in suggesting the need to empower women in clean energy initiatives. In conclusion, if you're a woman sitting here today, the best change you can give to Nigeria is to be an inspiration to the mothers of the next generation. It is by inspiring the mothers of the next generation that you can stand the chance to really play an everlasting role in the digital transformation of the next generation in the area of fintech, agriculture, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and many more. If you're here today, I urge you never to be quiet in your quest to transform the Nigerian digital technology and technopreneurship. I will conclude by reminding you of the words of Ursula Burns, the former VON chairman and CEO. She said, "I didn't learn to be quiet when I had an option. The reason they knew me, or the reason they knew who I was, is because I told them." The world is listening. What digital technology change are you speaking in Nigeria as a woman? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gogo. You have spoken very well. And we heard what you said, but the good thing is we will stand on the immunity of Bagudu because she's coming to defend us. He's our last lifeline. Because if I say anything now, in this sitting now, you'll use it against me because when I go back home, Haja will take it personal. And we will now align with Bagudu, who will be our lifeline to come and attack what Gogo has said, because we need to attack it. We are putting on the defense. My sister, we are very happy that you came. You took your time from Ghana to come and attend this conference. We are very happy with you, and your submission is excellent. And my governor has noted your submission. Bagudu has heard you very well. So Bagudu will listen to you. And if you need money, we will print money for you. My MD is here. We'll print money for you. My MD is here. So don't worry. And my governor also is around because he's well represented. The speaker is here and the wife is here. Habiba is here. So Habiba will carry the message to Zulum. So we are very well covered. And for me to attack you, no, I will not attack you because my wife is here. So you are covered now. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. When my president speaks and gives response to a keynote speech, you should know that is stamped and authorized for it to start as an action item that needs to be closed out as soon as possible. Thank you very much, my president. And I believe that all the action items that we have picked from the keynote speech of our keynote speaker would be closed out very soon, even before you leave office. Do I have your approval, sir? Anyway, thank you very much. Among several things that she said, increase women participation in R&D, that's research and development. If a nation wants to move ahead and move forward, you need to fund R&D. And why are we advocating for women to be in R&D? Women think very well because we are planners. My president, your approval, sir. Because we are planners, we are organizers, naturally endowed to do all those things, to take very good care of our husbands, take very good care of our home, take very good care of our children, and also deliver in the office. What other tasks, what other skills do you need to be a good researcher and a developer? Can we applaud all the women engineers here? As a woman, you are an inspiration to the next generation, to your generation and to your next generation. Can we applaud ourselves? And we also appreciate and enjoy the allyship of all our men, both engineers and non-engineers, for helping us and giving us the platform that makes us to increase, develop, and helping us with an environment to foster a relationship that promotes unity in Nigeria. Can we applaud our men, please? My president, I'm on track, right? Thank you very much. I need to get the approval of the chairman of the occasion and then my president, the host of this event. My president, Engineer Fumilola Ojela, the FNSC. Am I on track, please? Thank you very much. Can we applaud every one of us? Can we applaud ourselves? I'd like to recognize another great ally of this great association, the past president of the Council of Regulation of Engineering, Engineer Kashim Ali, FNSC MNI. Can you stand up for recognition, please? Thank you very much. Sir, can you remove your face mask? Just lower it a little bit. Those that don't know him. Yes, thank you very much. When engineering says follow of men, we have some men that are dedicated follow of APWEN. Not just follow, but they are committed to see that APWEN prosper and functions well. Thank you very much, Engineer Kashim Ali, for always doing that. I'd like to recognize one of our past presidents. I call her the ageless past president, Engineer Unoli Akwedeyi, FNSC. Thank you very much. The 13th president of our association. You don't need to wonder why I'm calling her ageless. Engineer Unoli, can you drop your... Yes, please. I want them to see you. Thank you very much. Just small, lower it and cover it. Yes, ageless. Thank you very much. when someone tells you to be the mother of a 31-year-old child, and she still looks like this, competing with us, you know, and then digging it with the younger engineers and having both ride with the younger engineers, you should know she's ageless. We appreciate and celebrate you. Thank you very much. We'll go to the special remarks by our dignitaries and our guests. So that we can take as much as possible, would like it to be apt, concise, and 2 minutes. I'd like to start with our chairman of the occasion has spoken, and I would like to crave his indulgence and start with the president of the Council of Regulation of Engineering, Engineer Ali Makuya Rabiu, FNSC. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, Your Excellency, the Governor of Kebbi State, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by congratulating the leadership of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria for organizing this conference. The theme, which focuses on digital transformation in Nigeria. The theme is indeed quite apt, because as professionals, for us to be able to compete effectively in the business environment, we really need to overhaul our technology, our data, our processes, and our operations. And I think this is what digital transformation is all about. And I'd like to call on the participants at this conference, like the MC did earlier, to pay more attention to the technical papers rather than running around for political purposes. Let me also, once again, commend the leadership of APWEN for the visibility, increased visibility, and the vibrancy of the association in recent times. And I think this is what has contributed, to creating, a competitive edge and comparative advantage for our women engineers, because in NSC, they are all over the place running around wanting to take over the association. It's okay. I'm an advocate of that, please. I'm coming. And in Korean Council, for the first time since creation in 51 years ago, we have two very strong ladies in the council. We had one engineer, Idiat Amusu, during engineer this time. He's a ladies' man, and he taught us how to, really pamper our ladies. So Idiat was in council during the time of engineer Kashim Ali, and when he left, he ensured that Felicia came to council, all past presidents of APWEN, and I also ensured that Oguntala came to council. So we have two now. I said in NSC they are running around to take over the society. Let me say that I am a strong believer, in a paradigm shift in our society, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and the time is indeed now. APWEN must show us, the APMen, that you are ready. When you say, if you are ready, I want to assure you that a lot of us will support you to, take your rightful position in the scheme of things. Finally, let me not be too political. I'm a regulator. Finally, I'd like to thank the organizers of this very important conference. I've not seen an APWEN conference with this crowd over the last couple of years. That means the leadership of APWEN is doing very well, not to also mobilize its members to participate. I thank you for inviting me as a guest of honor and also for giving me the opportunity to express my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our soft-spoken ally, Engineer Ali Masuya Hey Rabiu, FNSE, President, Council of Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. In case you're wondering why I'm calling him fool, I love the title of an engineer that I have behind my name. There is someone here that can withdraw it. So I need to respect myself and recognize and appreciate him very well. Thank you once again for always being the ally of female engineers. I'd like to focus on the protocol by calling on Engineer Dr. Yetunde Alade as she comes and call on the governor of Kebbi State for his goodwill message. Engineer Yetunde, please.
Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. At this point, we want to call on some special guests to give their remarks. First of all, we call on the distinguished guest of honor, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Chairman, Progressive Governors Forum, and the Vice Chairman, National Food Security Council, His Excellency, Senator Abubakar A. Bagudu.
Your Excellency, Engineer Babagana Umara Zulum, Borno State Governor, who is ably represented, I think more than ably, by both High Excellency Engineer Habiba Babagana Zulum, and also the Deputy Speaker of the Borno State House of Assembly, who is also a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineering himself, the chairman of the occasion, Engineer Babagana Muhammad, President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and the Managing Director of the Printing Minting Corporation, Mala Abbas Masanawa, President of APWEN, which is Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, and former presidents of APWEN, ESCO members, and members of APWEN that are here, Vice Chancellor of the Nile University, the guest speaker, Ogogo Omame Dixon, and all the distinguished participants in this gathering. Good afternoon, everyone. And you can obviously see my distress that I'm speaking after the president of APWEN, after the president of NSC, who moved me 2 seats away from the president of APWEN, just to serve as a warning that it takes a lot of effort to be president of APWEN. But equally, speaking after Ogogo, whose citation I read even before she was called to speak, and who I'm sure everyone will agree is one of those who always reminds us that we should thank God for our blessing. A country that is blessed with talent, a country that is blessed with achievers, only that we need to do more to work together, to listen to them, to hear their inspiration. So, having spoken on the theme of this conference, I don't think there is much one can add, but to appreciate all of you here and to appreciate that just looking around the hall, we have one of the most important ingredients of success, inclusion. Because interestingly enough, the front page of the Economist magazine for last week had the title, "A Nation That Fails Its Women Fails Itself." So we are better than many countries that have set up barriers to women, particularly women in education. And like I said, what we see here is a reflection of that effort. Only that we need to do more. And indeed, we must do more. The guest speaker spoke about the future. Digital transformation is taking place at a faster speed maybe than anyone would have imagined, because I remember many people who read Bill Gates' book, The Road Ahead, in the 1990s, always will wonder how many decades away are we from this future. But that's future, we are even talking about a new future. The transformation in technology is challenging us, is challenging everything we do, that without conscious effort to re-engineer and provide the platform for popularization of that re-engineering, we will be left behind. But this conference gives one confidence that mobilizing correctly, we are also capable of competing with those other countries that are doing the very best. In November 11th, 2019, it was reported that the e-commerce giant, Alibaba, posted a largest single biggest daily sale of $38 billion. $38 billion is bigger than the amount of money shared by the 3 tiers of the Nigerian government in 2019, which is money shared at the Federation. I don't know what Baker Hughes made in that year, but 38 billion was almost 80% of the money made in the petroleum sector. So for an e-giant to make that sale on a sale shows that we have to examine our digital participation to its foundation, because the warning there is that it doesn't even matter. You can produce the best of product if you don't link it to advances in digital, the digital technology, the digital era. You will depend on somebody to sell it. If you are good in services, it doesn't matter, you are going to equally depend on somebody to sell it. So there couldn't have been a better time for a team to reflect on what we can do to support engineers. I wouldn't say women engineers, because when Ogogo was ending, I thought after she said, for the women who are here, I thought she's going to still go on further, but she stopped there. So for the engineers, particularly women engineers who understand social engineering better, who understand the challenges and the frustrations that are faced by numerous millions hardworking Nigerians for inclusion, who simple improvements, simple technologies can help better their lives, and society can help better its outcomes. We should support them more. And luckily, the guest speaker not only inspired us, but she also suggested a number of areas in which she felt if that is done, that can boost the participation and then better our outcome. Luckily, a lot of is being done. For the first time in our history, the Central Bank of Nigeria has been unfolding schemes of financing that are supporting entrepreneurship, that are supporting engineering, that are supporting intellectual quest, that are supporting domestic production. All items that support engineering and particularly women engineers. In fact, there is a plan that it was announced that a 15 trillion naira infrastructure fund is going to be launched on 15th October by the Central Bank of Nigeria. So for a nation that can do better in any other area, and that is one of the uniqueness of our country. We are not a matured economy where sometimes you go, you wonder, what value can I add more? We are a society with a huge absorptive capacity, meaning there is opportunity to add value in everything you do. So I believe engineers, particularly women engineers, is an opportune moment to organize more and to demand of political leaders more and to demand of institutions of government more, so that we can push and ensure that you are giving your pride of place and you'll continue to lead us and ensure that some of the programs, some of the spending is done in such a way that will mobilize a big proportion of our populace. And to once more thank all of you for really this inspiring session, which I believe will continue to motivate all of us, not only women. When the invitation was delivered by one of my daughters, Deborah, who's here, I'm sure she's not expecting that I will be beaten up by the president and in quick succession by the speech, brilliant speech by the guest speaker. But I can't say congratulations enough, because really this is a wonderful, and it challenges us to do more. And we have political leadership under President Muhammadu Buhari and Yomi Osibajo who are looking at all areas, who I believe if the society articulates how to engage more, there will be no hesitancy in supporting the association so that we can do better. As to the challenge posed by the president of Nigerian engineers, I believe he has won squarely. But by the time I'm invited to the next gathering, even though his term is finishing earlier than mine, but I think we'll be meeting on a more equal platform. And then I will have told him how much engineering knowledge I have added. Congratulations, and thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the remarks. Up next, we call on Her Excellency, the wife of the Borno State Governor, Engineer Mrs. Habiba Babagana Zulum, MNSC, for her remarks. I'm so sorry, please. Engineer Dr. Mrs. Habiba Babagana Zulum, MNSC, for her 2 minutes remarks. I'm so sorry, please.
The president of NSC, the president of Karen, His Excellency, the governor of Kebbi State, and the representative of our governor, Borno State Governor here. Other distinguished ladies and gentlemen here, my fellow colleagues, I mean my fellow women engineers, student engineers, other professionals here present. Good morning. Well, I can't say much because my bosses have already talked a lot and they have said so much that needs to be said here. Well, my presence here means so much to me. I tried to make it this year because last year I wasn't able to come and I was so much pissed off because I wanted to come and I couldn't make it. And today I'm very happy to be in this great conference because I've never spoken in a conference, though I have I've been to 1 or 2 conferences, but I was never opportune to stand for everybody and talk. I call it a great conference, and this is a very wonderful job from APWEN. Thank you very much. And being an engineer, actually, it's just my passion. I was not inspired by anybody. When I was in my secondary school, like just or so, I wanted, though I dreamt of becoming a pilot because I like the plane and everything. And when I when I was in my remedials, when I entered the university, I now realize that this pilots I'm talking about, I don't think I like it again. I just want that engineering. I just want to be an engineer. I don't know where this comes from, but I just want to be an engineer. And God's so kind, I did it. I went for my remedials, finished remedials, and I got an admission to chemical engineering department. And at my final, because I want to make my points relevant to this conference. At my final level, that's 500 level, we were asked to bring a topic for our final research. And I couldn't have any idea on what to research on. Then my supervisor called me and asked me to join him because he was researching, he was then doing his, working on his PhD, and it was about diabetes. So he asked me to join him, that he wants me to work with him, and then he gave me a topic. Then it was about something, software, what will I say, user interface. And I had no idea about it. Though I was familiar with some computer and the rest, but I had no idea about programming. So, and I now called one of my colleagues, because he was a guru then. Then I asked him that this is what my supervisor wanted from me. And I had no idea about this, but please help me. He now said, okay, I will help you, but you need to guide me first, because this is your topic, not mine. From there, I started working so hard to see that this programming was a success. And to my surprise, my supervisor was so impressed with my work. We made a user interface that you can use in assessing your diabetes status. And from there, I realized that I really did a great work, and I need to continue in this digital world. So I think digital engineering and technology is the way forward at this century. And I believe this conference will make an impact on our day-to-day work, not even in your profession, but in your daily work, in your daily activities, and also in our profession, so that we will make a very great development and then make our country great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Wonderful remark. Up next, we call on the representative of the Governor of Borno State, Engineer Professor Babagana Zulum, FNSC, MNI, and the person of Engineer Honorable Abdullahi Askira, FNSC, the Deputy Speaker, House of Assembly, representing Askira, Borno State. Round of applause.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, Your Excellency, the wife of my boss, Engineer Habiba Babagana Umara Zulum, the President Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Babagana Mohammed, FNSC, the President Korean Engineer Ali Urabiu, the President APWEN Engineer Fumilayo, the branch chairperson of APWEN, invited guests, former President of Nigerian Society of Engineers, former President of Korean, the Vice Chancellor, Nile University, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, good afternoon all. You all know that I will not be very comfortable reading this my speech as my boss wife is still by my side. You all know that. Therefore, if there is any mistake in my paper, take that mistake from me. If there is anything worth of it, please give that credit to my Executive Governor, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, MNI. With apology, His Excellency, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, MNI could have been here personally, but due to some exigence and other IDP work in my state, that's why he could not make it to be here. Please accept his apology. And he is with you 100% at all times. It is a great pleasure to stand before this August gathering of Nigerian women engineers to deliver a short address on behalf of His Excellency, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, MNI, FNAC, GCON Niger, and the chairman of Northeast Governors Forum. The role of women engineers in technological advancements of the country cannot be overemphasized. Hence, the Borno State government is encouraging women engineers in terms of project participation, appointment, and sponsorship into universities and other higher institutions. The United Nations Secretary General pointed out that the fact none of the Sustainable Development Goals can be achieved unless Goal 5 is achieved, which is gender equality, is achieved first. The significant part of achieving gender parity is driven by addressing the inequality of inequalities perpetuated in the digital world, from unequal participation in digital technology development. The mobile industry can play a pivotal role in delivering an action plan which reflects renewed commitment towards the full realization of all. The APWEN is partnering with Borno State government to ensure that women are encouraged to take part in the engineering sector for improved and effective service delivery. In its technological driving, the Borno State government has established Borno State Geographical Information System to computerize all land-related issues, and we have computerized the internal generated revenue of the state. All these details and effort are in top gear for the employment of young women engineers, supporting women engineering activities. The state and provide logistics support, encouraging and supporting industrial visitation by women engineers, are encouraging also to assess quality of product in the state-owned plastic company. Gender gap in employment is still wide, hence encouraging young women to focus on engineering and technology to bring such need development. overcome the gender-based force. Otherwise, gender imbalance still remains, and the SDG Goal 5 cannot be achieved. It is in view of the above that we encourage young women engineers to develop interest in all engineering and engineering-related in our various universities and higher institutions. Thank you and God bless. Sorry. I am Engineer Abdullah Musa Askira, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, and the Deputy Speaker of Borno State. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Up next, we call on our host, our physical host. They made our using this place possible. And that is the Vice Chancellor of the Nile University of Nigeria, Professor Osman Nuru Aras, for his remarks.
Distinguished guest of honors, His Excellency Executive Governor of Kebbi State, representative of His Excellency Executive Governor of Borno State, President of Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, Engineer Funmilola Ajelade, Engineer Babagana Muhammad, President of NSC, Engineer Ali Rabiu, President of Koren, Engineer Aishatu Ali Umar, President of NICE, Professor Steve Adeshina, Dean of Engineering Faculty of Nile University of Nigeria, members of the National Executives of APWEN, members of APWEN Abuja chapter, our distinguished guests, women engineers, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you a warm welcome to Nile University of Nigeria. This university started 12 years ago with a clear mission to provide students with opportunities for quality university education that will bring out the best in them to make them stand tall through time and ready to face the challenges of a globalized and digitalized world. We believe that education is the fundamental key to achieve socioeconomic goals such as sustainable human development, sustainable economic development, and sustainable peaceful coexistence. The Faculty of Engineering is one of 6 faculties of our university, conducting 40 undergraduate and 50 postgraduate programs. Our university has an enrollment figure of more than 5,000 students. The university recently joined the Honoris United Universities, a pan-African network of 14 private higher education institutions across the continent with a mission is to prepare and to educate solution-oriented leaders and professionals able to operate successfully in the world's youngest and fastest growing continent, individuals capable of impacting tomorrow's economies and communities. The world is rapidly changing at a dizzying speed, and engineers are some of the most powerful agents bringing about these changes. We are making our engineering faculty a preferred destination for prospective students at home and from abroad wishing to have a decent functional education in a conducive atmosphere. Our vision is to make the Nile University of Nigeria uniquely qualified to provide talented students the type of broad technological education demanded in a rapidly changing world. All our matured undergraduate programs of the Faculty of Engineering are fully accredited by both Koren and the NUC. 4 departments of the Faculty of Engineering have postgraduate programs. We have nationally and internationally qualified lecturers, and the departments are equipped with the state-of-the-art teaching and laboratory equipment. We hope to see some of you return here for your postgraduate studies. The population of female students have consistently improved over the years and now constitute 46% of our total population. This is the trend. This is the trend across all faculties, including engineering faculty. The female students' performance in engineering has been outstanding. We had several first-class female graduates, including the best overalls in the departments and the faculty. One of the most important socioeconomic goals is to achieve gender equality. However, currently across the country, as well as the world, there is inadequate representation of women in the engineering profession. Research also shows that at very age boys are far more likely than girls to consider a career in engineering. This has led to a huge disparity between male and female engineers in the country. We at Nile University of Nigeria believe that this trend shouldn't be sustained. That is why I and my team are very excited to sign an MOU with APWEN and to collaborate with you in making women inclusion in engineering a reality. I want to commend the present executive members of APWEN, both in the local and national levels. This association has contributed immensely to the improvement of women inclusion in engineering, whilst breaking down barriers and smashing taboos. I encourage APWEN to do more in terms of bringing up more role models and mentors. At least there are female engineer graduates around. They only need to be aware of their environment and be an ambassador of women engineers. I urge APWEN to bring up more practical initiatives like training, open days, mentorship, and internship exclusive for female engineers and students. Also, to make available a clear and smoother pathway to achieving professional qualifications like NSE and COREN certifications. In conclusion, Nile University of Nigeria is working to help create a more diverse, inclusive, and welcoming female engineering community. Nile University of Nigeria develops and is ready and willing to increase partnership with individuals, associations, companies, government and non-governmental organizations to promote education, peace, and development in Nigeria and the world at large. I wish you a successful and productive conference. Once again, welcome to Nile University of Nigeria. Welcome to your university. Thank you very much.
NSC said earlier, APWEN is, a big engine room in NSC. So in my view, I would like to just mention this, that we at Siemens Energy, we are very supportive of APWEN. We will keep supporting all the events of APWEN. And we just want to thank all the ladies in the house because we believe so much in empowering diversity, especially for female engineers. We are very strong in mentoring. We are very open to that. We are also very, very open to sponsoring engineers on internship, for APWEN members. so that we can transform the world together digitally. So I would like to thank everybody for this, and thanks for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to call on the representative of the Nigerian breweries, Phil Aneke, for our remark. Thank you very much. She's the Director of Digital and Technology in Nigerian Breweries PLC.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. Good afternoon, everyone. And thanks to the chairman of the occasion and our able chairperson or chairman of APWEN. And I want to please stand on existing protocol. I'm breathing heavily because I was practically running down here. I want to stand on existing protocol. I'm very happy to be associated with a conference that has such a theme, women engineers leading the digital transformation in Nigeria. I congratulate the APWEN women for the marvelous work that they are doing, especially Engineer Dr. Elizabeth Ezeribe for putting together this ceremony, and the President, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, for this well-organized conference which we have all been participating in since morning. 38 years of APWEN, 38 chapters, scholarships to young women to study engineering, the ambition to have partnerships with organizations outside this country. Those are very laudable achievements of the APWEN organization, and I commend you. As Director for Digital and Technology for Nigerian Breweries, I lead a team of professionals to drive and to chart the orchestration of the digital strategy for my company. But I'm also here with some 5 young engineers who work for Nigerian breweries. And I would like to please ask them to stand up to be recognized. Are you here? Stephanie? Izine? Okay, I think they are outside, but there are 5 of them, and we would like them to be more. So for the young engineers who are here seated, we extend a hand of fellowship to you as you read engineering. Look to Nigerian breweries as a place that you can showcase your talent. During the break, I was talking to somebody and I told the person, I said, I've spent 31 years with Nigerian breweries. I joined as a graduate management trainee who read accountancy. I've done jobs in procurement, in enterprise resource program software implementations, in controllership, and now I'm doing a Director for Digital and Technology. So what does that mean? That your basic qualification gives you the opportunity to showcase and upskill yourself, and that is the investment that you all have to do in yourselves. Engineering is a key driver for technological revolution. During the COVID months, I was privileged to be on an assignment in Amsterdam for my company. And we were bringing live some opcos on an enterprise resource program. And we did that using technology in a virtual way. We pioneered the opportunity for people to collaborate via collaboration tools, digital collaboration tools, to bring live opcos in 5 different African countries during COVID period when people couldn't travel. And that is the challenge and the opportunity that you have as engineers, that you have collaboration tools readily available for you to collaborate across the globe, that you have access and you have to upskill yourselves to use those tools, state-of-the-art analytical tools to do your work, because your work is a work of precision, yeah? And the work that you do also impacts a lot of things. Engineers are involved in robotics, in artificial intelligence, in design thinking, in 3D printing, in endless engineering work done by us in digital. So if, for instance, I have an idea, to create something, most times a co-creation works very well if I have somebody who understands the discipline that is involved in precision work. You can imagine that if a physician needs to trust a tool, and that tool is developed by an engineer who has availed herself or himself of the state-of-the-art knowledge, such an operation goes smoother, faster, with the opportunity for creating more value. My advice to all and call to action is please, and please, please again, the young female engineers, make sure that you get advocates or mentorship in the older engineers, in the male engineers, in the female engineers. Learn how to work with any gender. Don't feel that, oh, because I have a lady, I need to, be more, what's that word now? Be more, I will be more strictly controlled. No, whether it's a lady or a man, be professional. Then secondly, collaborate. All the cloud-based tools, Whiteboard is there, Teams is there, Zoom is there, Google Meets. Use those tools to make sure that you are able to meet with your counterparts across the globe and learn from what they are doing. Enroll in current, what do I call it now? Platforms that give you access to scientific information, because that's what you need to be a star in your field. And it is an open playing field right now. During COVID, for instance, we could not sell using our traditional tools of selling. But what did we do? Our e-commerce platforms got an explosion. You could see us connecting with our customers on social media via our e-commerce tool that we developed during that period, via all kinds of platforms to ensure that we were able to still get the sales done, because our customers are now used, for instance, for online sales. You know that you can go to your Jumia, but you also know that you can call your butcher on the phone. You can basically do your shopping from your grocery shopping from your house. So the rate of change, where all of us will need your help as engineers to finesse the tools that we are using, is exploding. That rate of change is becoming more, the momentum is gaining speed. Also, we have something we call customer personas. Yeah, this is a result of data-driven analysis. So every transaction that we do now is creating a pool of data, which is useful for engineers, useful for digital and technology people like myself. And what we do with that data is something that engineers can use to say, this is the next tool, or this is the next design that people will be looking for. Recently, Microsoft launched something, and they called it the 3D glasses, where you can, just by putting on a pair of glasses, record a transaction or send a message. And that is our reality, that things are changing. And we, as engineers, I call myself an honorary engineer now, need to think about what is that role we are going to play in automotive manufacturing, for instance, in using different kind of metals that are being discovered and that are being, finessed to make a transformation in the world of digital. So please join the revolution. be part of our digital workspace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Phil Aneke. I was tempted to call you engineer by the time I listened to all you had to say. And then the cross-border that you've had going through different departments in Nigerian Brewery that we know that is a manufacturing company. Can we please applaud her? I'd like to call on my president, Engineer Funlola Ojelade FNSC, as she handles the award session, specifically the corporate award session. Thank you. Can we please applaud her? We call her the digital president.
Thank you very much, Engineer Bosede. And thank you all for your patience. We have some corporate awards here for people that have continually supported us, and in a big way too, making our lives easier. Because as a non-profit, non-governmental organization, we need all the help that we can get so that we can continue to help the nation, help the young engineers, and help even ourselves. So the first award here, goes to Nile University of Nigeria. I would like to invite the President of the Council of Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria to please present this award with me to Nile University. Is the Hyper Helper Award. Where is the mic? Maybe I want. Okay.
When I present.
Thank you. This is an APWEN 2021 award, Hyper Helper Award, presented to Nile University of Nigeria for over and above support to the cause of Nigerian women engineers. Congratulations.
Thank you. Permit me to still keep my current president standing for the second presentation.
The next award, our 2021 Hyper Helper Award, goes to Siemens Energy.
And we have the MD here.
Yes, the Managing Director of Siemens Energy, Mr. Shehu Suleiman. The next award goes to Guinness Nigeria, our 2021 Hyper Helper Award for over and above support to the cause of Nigerian women engineers. Who is from Guinness? You are the one, please come in. I would like to invite the chairman of FCT Water Board, Engineer Kashim Abdulali, and MNI, to please come and present the award. Engineer Ali.
APWEN Hyper Helper Award to Guinness Nigeria Limited for over and above support to the cause of the Nigerian women engineers. Congratulations.
Who? For who? What was that? The next award, our 2021 Hyper Helper Award, goes to the Nigerian breweries for over and above support to the cause of Nigerian women engineers. I would like to invite Korean Council member, Engineer Margaret Aina Oguntala, to please present this award.
Thank you, my president. This is a very wonderful coincidence because I met her a few hours ago and we've been chatting, and I just told her that she did a very good job of marketing Nigerian breweries. So for getting this again, I congratulate you, madam, and I congratulate the Nigerian breweries. Thank you, my president.
The next award goes to the Nigerian Television Authority, the 2021 Hyper Helper Award, for over and above support to the cause of Nigerian women engineers. Anyone from NTA? Why don't you let her come and collect it? No, I can't come down. You let her come. Let her collect it for you.
She can collect the comment here. You can come up and collect.
Come and collect it.
She can also receive it. We could do it like this and I'll present it to her. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Why do you need to? Why? I don't want to vote.
On behalf of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, I present this award to Nigerian Television Authority, the 2021 Hyper Helper Award, for over and above support to the cause of Nigerian women engineers. Congratulations. I would like to invite the second president of APWEN to please come and present this award. This award goes to the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, APWEN, 2021 Hyper Helper Award, for over and above support to the cause of Nigerian women engineers.
Yes, please. Absolutely.
The immediate past president of Koren would support me, please.
You are the one receiving.
Okay, I'll play here.
Yes, sir.
We need to go to the
I'm sure that
I'm sure that all of us are aware of the support we have been getting from Koren. And these ones here are always called the APWEN because they are always there for the women. On behalf of the Association of Professional Women Engineers, we present to Koren, headed by our own Rabiu, this 2021 Hyper Helper Award. Congratulations, my president.
Thank you.
I hope my president will not take my current certificate if I didn't pronounce his name very well.
Very well.
The next award goes to the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the APWEN 2021 Hyper Helper Award, for over and above support to the cause of Nigerian women engineers.
You know, when we started this association some 38 years ago, and we were thinking of how APWEN would be a division. Because before then, all other female organizations were on their own. But NSE said that they want the female organization, the female arm of NSE, to be part of NSE. And we are grateful that from that day one, we were given special position in the Nigerian Society of Engineers by our well-dominated NSE presidency. But they have always been there for us. But this year's president has done it all. Whenever APWEN called, he's there. It doesn't matter what we require, whether it's finance, whether it's physical presence, he's always there for us. And that's why APWEN is handing over this Hyper Helper Award to the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Thank you so much.
Please, can we have all the corporate award recipients upstage with their award? Then we take a group picture together, and then we go to the individual awards. Please, all corporate award recipient, please. Nigerian Brewery, please come up stage with your award. I don't want them to go down. People will join. Okay, your picture. Come one, all the award recipients. Yes. Yes, all the award recipients with the award here. I think the photographers want you to go down, but I don't want a lot of people to.
Should we go down there?
Yes.
Sorry for the inconvenience. My current president and this no breaks.
See the photographers. I said they should snap it off here. They said down. Engineer Kashim Alim, please join the corporate award recipients for a picture session. Thank you, sir. The current president, please, and the Engineer Kashim, please join the picture session. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can please return to your seat. I'd like to use this opportunity to announce that the Nigerian Institute of Agric Engineers now has a women division. Can we applaud them, please? And I think that's the first division that is going to have a women version of the group, Women in Agric and Bioresources Engineering in Nigeria. Please check online for their website. They want female agric engineers to register.
And we have one individual award to give. We've taken some time. I would like to invite Phil Aneke. I'd like to invite Phil Aneke, the head of digital and technology at the Nigerian Breweries, for our award. While I invite the managing director of Siemens Energy to please present the award to her. Oh, okay. Okay, and we have a posthumous award for the former First Lady of Nigeria, Mariam Babangida. This award is presented to the late Mrs. Mariam Babangida for her tremendous achievements as a pace setter and vanguard for the advancement of women in Nigeria. I would like to invite the Vice President of the World Federation of Engineering Organizations and the Chair of Women in Engineering to please present this award to the representative of late Mrs. Miriam Babangida.
On behalf of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, I hereby present this award for Pillar of Women Empowerment Award, posthumous award, to Hajia Mariam Babangida for her tremendous achievements as a pace setter and vanguard for the advancement of women in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry, that award was named Pillar of Women Empowerment Award.
All right, thank you very much, my president. On that note, we'll close the award session, and then we'll please exercise patience. We have the panel session that will be set up for us to have a technical discussion. And if we look at the page 22 of our program of events, we have the 2021 International Conference panel session, Team Women Engineers, Driving Digital Transformation in Nigeria. We have a couple of panelists who are well experienced in their various endeavors that will dissect this theme for us, and I believe it will be an interesting session. On that note, I'd like to call on the Chairman Planning Committee, Engineer Dr. Elizabeth Eterigo, FNSC, as she does the vote of thanks. You can applaud her. By the special grace of God, January 2022, she joins the League of Presidents of this great association.
Thank you very much. Sorry, my voice is cracked, but I hope you just bear with me. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming for the program, but particularly want to give our vote thanks. I want to thank the governor of Kebbi State in absentia. He took time to come all the way from, he was supposed to be in Kebbi today, but because of this program, he decided to come first before going. We are grateful. Thank you for coming. I want to say on behalf of the president, the executive, and the planning committee, and all our past presidents that have made a pace for us, we want to thank him for honoring us. I also want to thank the representative of the governor of Borno State, that is always a supporter of female engineers. We thank you for turning up for our occasion. I want to thank also the wife, who is one of us, the wife of Borno State's governor, for making it. You heard her speech. She had always wanted to be in our mix. So today was really a great opportunity for her, and we love her. We appreciate that. I also want to thank the president of Nigerian Society of Engineers, the person of Engineer Mohamed Babagana, FNSC, who is the chairman of this occasion. Thank you so much for honoring us. We also want to thank the president of Koren. How dear he is to us. He's been always in our program. He always honors us. And you remember everyone talking, we say, I don't want the ENGR to be taken away from my name. So he's the one representing the Nigerian government to see to that. Thank you very much for honoring us with your presence. I want to also thank, the Vice Chancellor of Nile University of Nigeria. He didn't only give us the venue, but he made it possible that he attended this program. And we thank you so much. We acknowledge that. We are very, very grateful to you. We also want to thank the keynote speaker who, out of her tight schedule, made it to be here. She was one time away from Nigeria, but she promised she was going to be here and she made it. So thank you very much for that. We want to thank also the MD Seaman. I love his speech. He made a commitment to APWEN, even though they've been supporting us, that they will make sure that APWEN is digitalized, and that is the era we are in. So thank you very much, sir, for that. We are grateful to you. I want to thank the representative of Nigerian Breweries. When we heard about her, there is a female that is handling that digital aspect in the industry, we're proud, and that's why we had to invite her here. Thank you for honoring us, everyone that has come. We appreciate all your presence. And I want to say at this point in time, on a sad note, that of our members that departed, we feel so sad, so pain, but even in the mix of that pain, we submit to the will of God. One of them is Engineer Chioma Okoli. She was always there for us when it comes to all this digital registration. And thank God we had to really struggle to make sure that that gap, even though we can't fill it up. And another one is Engineer Dr. Hassana Ibrahim, a very serious technical member of APWEN at our branch and national. We really feel sad about them. But we submit to the will of God, like I said. And in their honor, I want you to rise up, please, to observe 1 minute silence for the souls of our departed colleagues. May their gentle souls rest in peace. Thank you very much.
I'm sure my Vice President and Chairman Conference Planning Committee deserves a round of applause for this vote of thanks. Very concise and apt. Thank you very much. On that note, we'll bring this event, the opening ceremony session, to a close, and then we go in straight into the panel session. Please stay calm and quiet. Your lunch will also be brought to you here, please. We have more than enough for everyone. The people in charge of it will make sure it goes round so that we don't lose the composed atmosphere that we have here. Once again, we want to appreciate all our leaders, all our dignitaries, all our elders, all our fellows that have been here from the beginning till the end of this opening session. Studio, can we please have the national anthem, and then we draw a curtain to the opening ceremony. The first standard of the national anthem, please. We take the second stanza for the closing prayer. O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help her use the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and living just and truth, with lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice. Amen. Please, we go in straight into the panel session. Allow me to use this opportunity to invite us to the public lecture in honor of our 9th president, Engineer Valerie Ifweko Agberagba FNSC, organized by the Nigerian Institution of Environmental Engineers, a division of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Theme: the Valerie Agberagba Clean, Renewable and Energy Efficiency Competition and Public Lecture 2021. Sustainable City, taking place on the 24th of September by 10 a.m. If you're still in Abuja during this period, please ensure you attend. Thank you. Engineer Yetunde Alade Iton, please. Engineer Dr. Yetunde Alade Iton, please.